It's 2023 and masculinity is pretty much under attack. Toxic masculinity is a phrase thrown around like candy, and we men, or the backbone of society, are starting to become more and more stagnant and weak. Propaganda fills every man's newsfeed praising feminine traits in men and demonizing those masculine ones. Us men are told that we're inherently evil, and if we're strong, we can't be good. And if we're good, we also have to be harmless and non-confrontational and weak. I'm here to tell you today that it is okay to be a good old-fashioned, strong, masculine, manly male, because without men, we lose our progress as a society and we're hopeless. Gentlemen, I'm here to remind you of what it is to be a great man, and I'm going to lay out the roadmap for you today with 5 skills that all great men should have. Starting with number 1, persuasion. It's 2023. Okay, we don't have to rely on brute strength to push our way through resistance to achieve a goal. So persuasion is an absolute must for society in today's day and age. In fact, all CEOs of Fortune 500 companies are masters in the art of persuasion. They're able to inspire everyone inside their radius by transferring their worldview onto everyone around them, rallying everyone to one core vision and one core focus, and they can achieve massive goals together as one team. Now hold on, I know what you might be thinking. Hunter, isn't this just narcissism? Well, of course that's where the mind would go. That's all we've had examples of for the past century. We've had almost no examples of what it looks like to be a good, strong man and a master of the art of persuasion. So yeah, in the hands of weak men, persuasion can really be like a cancer and a weapon. But when you're a strong man, you need to look out for those around you that are less equipped. Without persuasion, you can't really help anyone. Imagine a family member or a friend going down a path to destruction, whether it's addiction or doing things that will obviously not lead them to what you know they're capable of. How would you ever be able to persuade them that they're actually on a path that leads them to their own destruction? Or how could you ever vouch for yourself or others, or get the raise or the promotion that you know you actually deserve? Persuasion. Whenever you develop a strong opinion for something, test it. Make sure that it's in the best interest of yourself and whoever else it may affect. And then harness the power of persuasion to actually make change in your community. Family or friends around you that are led astray by today's weak society really need to be put back on path. And you as a leader, if you can't master the art of persuasion or offer them a better alternative or show them a better way of thinking, you will never be able to help anyone around you. It's your moral duty as a great man to not let those around you fall astray. And if you're not able to master the art of persuasion, you're really not going to write any stories in your life. You're not going to achieve any huge goals. They say if you want to go fast, go alone. If you want to go far, go together. If you're not able to master the art of persuasion, you're not going to have any influence over those around you. No one's going to benefit from you, and you're not going to be able to do those amazing, great, huge, larger than life goals that you had planned because you're probably not able to do them alone. Number 2, frugality. A man should live below his means. But what does this look like practically? Well, ask yourself, at every single paycheck, are you able to take some of that money and put it into a savings account or put it into investments? If the answer is no, then you either need to get another job or you're more than likely living above your means. As men, we're providers. It's in our DNA. We're hardwired to protect, care, and provide for those we love. If we can't provide enough for ourselves, why would we ever be able to provide for anyone else around us? I see men all the time living above their means, and honestly, it's a pretty selfish way of living. The only person they're considering moment to moment, day to day, paycheck to paycheck is themselves. We see it all the time. Dudes renting Lambos or hiring photographers to get a little more curb appeal to their Instagram profile, or buying bottle service at the club to attract any lonely, thirsty chicks there. And what are they left with? Another couple thousand on their Amex statement that they spend the next 6 months trying to pay off. But okay, honestly, let me not get too ahead of myself because, gentlemen, I used to be one of these men. 2020 was kind of my takeoff year, and there was 1 month in specific where I hit my first $100,000 month profit in a 30-day period, and I really thought I made it. And instead of using that money to reinvest in myself or help and care and provide for those around me, I pretty much did what I just told you not to, and I just spent it selfishly all on myself on a brand new sports car to flex to everyone around me to let them know that I had made it. Because I was something. I made it. I deserved this. But I was living above my means, and life has a pretty funny way of showing you that. The car I bought was a lemon, or a buyback. And to those of you that don't know what that means, a buyback is essentially when there's a recall on a car or its parts, and the manufacturer buys the car back from the dealer, or they issue the parts. And in my case, they weren't able to get the parts in time, so they just labeled the car a buyback, which essentially means this car is halved in value overnight. The dealer that I bought from, the scumbag, didn't tell me that because honestly, I was young. I didn't even know what a buyback or a lemon was. I didn't even know this was a thing. So my dumbass paid full price, full MSRP for a car that was only worth half its value. I literally lost $40,000 in 30 seconds trying to prove myself not to those that already respected me, but to those that didn't even know me. Trust me, the best life you can live is one that's completely detached from financial stress. And that's why it's essential, no matter how much money you're pulling in per month, live frugally, live below your means. Number 3, adaptability. Do you have any men in your life that you kind of describe as big, dumb, or stuck in their ways? But why is that? Is that strength, or is it actually a weakness? I'd argue, yeah, it's definitely a weakness. In fact, strong men are able to adapt. The only reason you and I are here having this conversation today is because of strong, adaptable men throughout history. But on the other end of the fence, is it possible to be too adaptive? Yeah, and I can give you an example of this. We all know that friend or entrepreneur that always tends to have shiny object syndrome. They're always jumping from opportunity to opportunity, which basically means on their path to their goal, they were met with some sort of resistance, and instead of being a little bit adaptable and going around the road and continuing on the destination, they literally packed up their bags. They chose an entirely new destination, an entirely new route, and they just gave up on the end goal completely. To not be that type of adaptable as a strong man will rob you of your potential, and you'll constantly be at the starting line for every single new venture for the rest of your life. Number 4, storytelling. Every civilization across history is rich with stories and tales of strong men. I mean, we're designed as humans to love a beginning, a middle, and an end. We all desire to have something that allows us to live outside of ourselves. Strong men are able to capture the attention of everyone around them with a riveting cliffhanger and a story that comes full circle in a way that makes you feel complete when you hear the end of it. And actually, most of the strong, successful men out there are amazing storytellers. Patrick Bet-David is an amazing example of what a fantastic storyteller looks like. He's attributed most of his massive wealth and success to being able to be so likable and rub elbows with the right people, way higher than him on the value ladder, and be able to capture everyone's attention around them and inspire them. So when it comes to your life's mission, if you're not able to inspire those around you or captivate their minds and attention, you're not going to be able to motivate them to accomplishing your mission with you. Think back to high school. What teachers do you remember? Which teachers have you forgotten? I'd be willing to bet that the most unforgettable teachers that you had were amazing storytellers, always pulling in life experiences and making class fun and bringing everything full circle and allowing us to live outside of self for just one period every day inside of high school. That's the teacher that you remember. They were able to set your imagination on fire to allow you to dream. That's what was memorable, and that's what captured your attention. And we all know attention is the new currency. Being a master at storytelling makes you unforgettable. Number 5, delaying gratification. You really get to know a man by their habits. Addiction runs rampant in the world. Addictions to drugs, alcohol, affirmation, validation, of course the hub, and many, many other things, just dopamine all day, every day. We're addicted as human beings to feeling the need to always feel happy. Strong men think the opposite. They can delay gratification for long, long periods of time because they're bought in on their life's mission, the big picture goal. Fleeting pleasures are not valuable, and when they're no longer distracting, they no longer hold you back from achieving your goals. Start removing these things from your life, even if for short periods of time, to challenge yourself. Alex Hormozi has a great concept on this. He says that the longer you're able to provide people with value and the longer you're able to delay the ask, the bigger your payout will eventually be in the long run. Take me, for example. I could have easily jumped in and just got a 9-to-5 corporate job and turned off all the stress and the resistance I was facing as an entrepreneur. But instead, I became a barista, and then a personal trainer, and then an appointment setter, and then a closer, and then a sales manager, and then a business owner. And I knew the whole time that I was not going to make money during basically 3/4 of those jobs. All I cared about was obtaining the skills that I knew in the long run would make me a ton of money. Fast forward to today, and I've personally generated millions and millions of dollars from my marketing agency. And of course, I'll make a video on that if you guys just want kind of a straight path to success and making a ton of money. I promise you it's not easy, but it's actually very simple. I will make a video on that in the future. I mean, this is tough. It's tough to be a great man. None of these things are easy. They're all simple. All in all, society is in dire need of strong men right now, and we need those men to protect, serve, and provide for everyone around us, and to teach our boys to do the same. Jordan Peterson said it best: you must not be cruel, but you must absolutely be capable of it. Society is in danger of the weak men, not the strong. It's completely okay to be a good old-fashioned, strong, masculine male. Well, hey, thanks for sticking around for the whole video. What we're going to be doing in the next couple is giving away $100 every single video to those that follow the Instagram, subscribe to the YouTube, and drop a comment. And we'll also be shouting you out, probably looking through your stories, saying some nice stuff, and putting you in our YouTube videos. So talk soon, guys. See you in the next one.